Hello, my dear students. I've missed you so much, and I hope everybody's staying safe, staying isolated, and keeping a safe distance. I hope everybody's healthy and ready to begin our end of the school year and our ending topics. We've got a couple more chapters to cover, and that is to everybody except my seniors, who I'm a little sad that I'm not going to see some of you again, but I want to remind you that some of you, specifically the 10 of you who are taking this chemistry course for college credit, have to continue to work to the 7th of May, and we must cover these topics to meet the state standards for a college chemistry course. So my 10 seniors, you know who you are, you're taking the course for college credit. I will send you out an individual email and make sure you're aware of this. Must continue on in the course for course credit and a course grade for a passing grade through May 7th. So we left off with building compounds and making ionic compounds and making covalent compounds in chapter 8 and 9, and now we need to move into the quantitative aspects of chemistry and begin with the mole concept, the concept of the mole in this chapter. And now we're going to get mathematical and start working problems that require a calculator. And we will start working problems. Your assignments are going to be online in Google Classroom, and I'm going to post an assignment. I'm going to post a number of assignments. You'll have 2 days for each one. I've scheduled each one for 2 days for each of the 3 sections in this chapter. And what you'll do is do some things we've done before. I have some section reviews. I want you to view the lecture notes and the sample test questions that I have posted, basically the PowerPoints from the publisher. Go through them and then answer to the best of your ability these section reviews. Parts A, B, and C will be the first day, and then Part D, which in every case is the problems. I want you to work the problems like I've done here. I'm not going to show you too much because that's the answers, but I want you to not just give me the answer, because I don't want people just looking it up or Googling it or going to ask.com or anything like that. I want you to work the problems and show me your work to show that you can do it. So that'll be day 2. So you may have already done some of this for your AMI chemistry days 9 and 10. I want you to do it seriously with an eye toward learning the material, learning the process, learning how to work with moles. Let me tell you a few things about moles. You're in my kitchen right now. I don't have my all my toys with me. I've got a few here that help me demonstrate important chemical principles. But one of the things we need to do is consider the fact that atoms are extremely small, tiny masses, tiny volumes, tiny size, any way you put it. And the numbers of them, in even a very small sample, in even a drop of water, are just enormous as well. So to help us bring order to this and to make the manipulations more manageable, we have the mole concept. And a mole, if I can go over here for 1 second, is equal to 6.022140857 times 10 to the 23rd representative particles. What's a representative particle? An atom or a molecule. And in those cases, we have many, many of them. I mean, you can take this out and be facetious and say you could have a mole of apples, so that would probably weigh more than the known universe, or a mole of Earths, for example. But 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd, we don't need to go out to 10 significant figures. 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd of anything is equal to 1 mole. Okay? This number, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, is now called Avogadro's number. It's named after Avogadro. I know him as Lorenzo Romano Amadeo Carlo Avogadro, Conte di Quarenga et Cerreto. I had to memorize his name, although I'm reading it right now, when I joined a chemistry fraternity, and I had to say his whole name, light a match, say his whole name, and complete it before I could blow out the match, and complete it correctly. And the last terms, Conte di Quarenga et Cerreto, means Count of the city-state in Italy of Quarenga and Cerreto, which were combined into one small unified portion of Italy. He lived in the 1700s and 1800s. In fact, he was born in 1776, and he lived to be almost 80 years old. But he didn't know Avogadro's number. It's named after him because he was examining what we now know as molar ratios of gases and how they combine. And so the number was named in his honor. So just remember Avogadro's number, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. I married my wife, who's also my videographer right now, because her birthday is on Mole Day. And so it was meant to be, in the sense that her birthday's October 23rd, 1023. Every October 23rd we celebrate Avogadro's number. It's national, not national, but International Mole Day. The first part of this chapter involves the mole, Avogadro's number, and a process called dimensional analysis, which is just a fancy way of saying multiplying by 1. And I'll have more to say about that in the next video, which will be more of a lecture and less of an introduction and welcome back. The next section of the chapter is going to look at mass-volume relationships, and then the final part of the chapter is going to be extending our study of the composition and the measurement of amounts of chemicals with a concept called percent composition. For example, we saw the salt silver nitrate, and the question everybody asks me when I get out a bottle of silver nitrate is how much silver is in there. And that's what we do, is we calculate the percent silver in something. So look at the instructions for your assignments. We will cover 3 quick sections in the lab. Every 2 days we'll cover one. So in 6 days, next week we'll be done. Early next week, we'll do a quick sample quiz and vocabulary review, and then I will post a test online. I expect everyone to make an A, it being an online test. But look at those assignments. The assignments will be posted. The instructions will be posted when you're answering them. I just bought, because my wife bought for me, but because the school has not provided me with the Adobe Acrobat, but we will be hopefully using editable versions of this so that you can open up the assignment, type your answers in, and save it as a new document and turn that back into me. Or we will, you can print this out, and then you can hand me in the hard copy. You can take a picture on your phone and text it to me. Everybody has my cell phone number. Or you can email it to me if you have a scanner or scanner capabilities. If you don't even have a printer to print this out, you can just do it on any sheet of paper. Just number the questions as they are and put your answers in. You know these. They're short answer questions followed by some true, false, and some matching. So it's really and some problems where you'll have to show your work. I'm trying to keep it far away so you can't read my answers. But that format, however you need to do it, I will help you and accommodate you. Don't forget to check in. Never hesitate to ask for help. I'm available pretty much anytime, considering the ways we're working, but officially every day from 8 to 3:30 I'm checking my email constantly, and you know that I love text. So if you need help, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you on the next video.